right, gang, welcome back. I got an exclusive interview today. John Klyza, all the way from Australia. He is the man who's been running the sleepawaycampfilms.com for almost over 25 years, John, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Obviously, you have a lot of archive stuff. And, there's still more out there, which is crazy because then it's like, are we ever going to see these editions again? Will that stuff that you have ever see the light of day on a nice edition? Now we don't know. This could be the end all be all for these two movies for all we know.
Well, that's the thing, Garrett. I mean, to Scream Factory, I'm not trying to be hard on these companies. Like I said, I only participate in these for free just to help because I love the movies. But the thing is, to them, it's just another release. But to the Sleepaway Camp fans, so when they screw up, when they don't include anything that's out there that's major, we're going to have to wait another 5 or 10 years. And so because Scream Factory, they have the 4K rights banked up, and SANDPIPER have the Blu-ray rights banked up, and they weren't interested in adding anything to it. And I did offer to them.
But how?
So we're kind of screwed for another decade.
Where, what is SANDPIPER Pictures? Where did it come from? How the hell did it get the rights to Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3? Because the last we knew, Scream Factory had them. Then where did they go? At one point, I heard it was Kino, and then Kino didn't want to do it. So then, how does a little company like SANDPIPER Pictures come around and be like, oh, these are available, we'll take them? It just seems mind-boggling to me.
So it comes down to the contracts. So when Scream Factory or whatever company, they lease the rights for a certain amount of time, basically this SANDPIPER company was created by I don't know which one. It was either Scream Factory themselves or Kino. That's who I've narrowed it down to. But basically, it's a rights dumping ground that allows them to, before the rights expire, get more financial mileage out of having those rights. By putting out a new edition, they're able to somehow have revenue coming in on those movies a bit longer than the contract would normally allow. So it's a loophole company.
So wait, are you trying to tell me that you think that SANDPIPER Pictures is a company of basically a fake company that was built by one of these big companies just to be able to stick these movies in so other people can't get them?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Is that, you think that one of these people are it's just like a little side project that they just made up?
I do. Look, I don't have the serial killer board with all the string connecting this and that. I don't have the
the theory is so wild that it makes sense because I don't know what, nobody knows what this company is, and for them to have access to these movies, it made no sense to me. I've never heard of this company before. I think that they do what was another Scream Factory one I think they might have done.
Oh, really?
Yeah, was it Invaders from Mars? A part of me feels like SANDPIPER Pictures might have put a generic version of that out, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, was Invaders from Mars MGM? Is that owned by
it? Actually might have been. It might have been MGM though. Yeah,
because the releasing rights to Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3 was sold off to MGM recently, which has caused its own sort of problems. But that might be a commonality. So MGM have an exclusive deal with Scream Factory. So you might be onto something there. But look, they don't have a website.
If SANDPIPER Pictures is it's like some kind of Scream Factory I don't know,
they made their own Temu version, or some company did. As a retailer and distributor myself, I tried to, track these guys down so I could put a couple of copies of their Part 2 and 3 Blu-rays in my store, and they have no contact. So that basically means that the retailers that were ordering them through an existing company.
That is insane, man.
But I mean, that's for someone else to pick up the baton and look into.
I can't do a video. It says we need to uncover Sandpiper Pictures. This is
Yeah,
insane to me.
it is. It is.
I mean, I love it. Keep doing the back work, man. I would die to find out if there's like this like underground company that Screen Factory's built to just throw rights in of shit they don't want to do anything with until they're ready. And
Well,
just gain a couple more
it's like
more bucks on some out of print titles that they have.
So it's like you know, all the craft beers, half of them are actually owned by the big beer companies. They're just trying to access the sort of the craft market. So it's kind of a bit like that, like where a company creates its own competitors.
Sure.
And they can use that to kind of juice the rights and juice the finances a bit. But like the covers for those Sandpiper releases were awful, man.
Yeah, terrible, man.
Someone found
like
that they used a template that was online. So
really?
they basically Googled a Blu-ray cover template and they just, you know, plugged the art in there. It was awful.
People always bring them up to me like, oh, what about the, but nobody ever talks about the Sandpiper Pictures releases. I said, listen, dude, I don't know anything about this company. For all I know, they didn't even have the rights to put these out. It looked like some kind of bootleg. So, I mean, I didn't want to cover that because I wasn't even sure if these things were legit or not. They weren't really, I didn't know what this company was. It wasn't getting a lot of like press. Like, it just, to me, it felt like something I would have seen on a table at a convention, you know, a horror convention of some guy who bootlegged Blu-rays. Like, I didn't know what these things were, but if it could just been like a place to hold the rights for some stuff to get a little extra money, I mean, it makes a little bit more sense. And like you said, for a company that's got movies like that under their umbrella and to not even have any kind of contact info is super weird. Super weird.
Yeah, so Amazon and other places could only have ordered it from an existing company. But when the company submits the information for the sales listing, on the distributor or company, they put Sandpiper Pictures, but they don't have their own separate account. So that's just the situation with that.